morning, everybody. Today is the... I forgot. Where are we? I think it's the 19th. Come on, open up. Open up. Oh, don't tell me you're dead. My goodness. No, it's not. Yes. Today's the 19th of August. It is Saturday. And I'm in my 90 because I didn't go out today. And first of all, who have I got today? Where are we going here? I have got little Alice. And Alice is the Byron kit by Denise Pratt. She is she's a little 10-inch one. And she is adorable. Look at her. So, excuse me. She is adorable, especially in this little cute little outfit. I've got a few little ones. I thought I might bring those in. What's this? Okay. Does that tie in that as well? I don't know. This is a little, I can't remember where I may have got it off Facebook. Someone off Facebook had it. I got her off Facebook. I cannot remember who created this baby. I will have a look in my records when I'm putting it together, and I'll remember, if I remember, I will put it in the description. As I had to do a Google before I started to find out who the kit was by, as by Denise Pratt, and she is the cute little one. And Alice was my grandmother, so she, look at, isn't she adorable? Oh, look at that. Such a beautiful one. Oh. But again, I know you're probably getting sick of this. We have another beautiful day outside. In saying that, it is a bit nippy. It has been windy. Oops, like that. And yeah. Now, why didn't I go out today? Well, do you want to hear that first, or do you want to hear how my weight is going? I was just a tiny bit iffy about it today, because yesterday I didn't work out my calories as good as I usually do. And I went over just by having what I had for tea last night. For tea last night, I had McCain's herb and something chicken schnitzel. It was a frozen meal, and it was really nice. And that, just having that, took me over about, not much over, took me about, I think, 10 calories or something over, so it wasn't that far over. But in saying that, I went to bed and I was a bit peckish, so I thought, I'm over, who gives a damn? So I went and had a salada biscuit. But this week I'm not showing you the salada biscuits. I am showing you my favourite chocolate. Oh, this is Cadbury's chocolate. It is Black Forest and it is scrumptious. We are starting to get a bit warmer now because the chocolate is not as hard as it was a few weeks back. In summer, I cannot leave my chocolate out of the fridge because I know, was it early this year when I brought a block of chocolate? I left it in the lounge room. I forgot to put it in the fridge, and when I got up in the next morning, it was melted. That is how hot it gets in this place. And it's crazy. But this, as I said, Cadbury's chocolate is my favourite brand, block chocolate. Cadbury's are, I think they're not, I don't have no idea. And when I say Black Forest is my favourite. I love my Black Forest. I usually just buy they've got a real big block and they've got a next block. I think it's about, I don't know how big it is, but that's what I buy because not so much. Beautiful. See? When you're losing weight, you do not need to give up the things that you love. And you are seeing with me. If you watch my journey every week, what I'm eating is probably things people say you should not eat when you want to lose weight. So it's beautiful. This amount of chocolate has 66 calories. It was 13 grams, which equals 66 calories. Absolutely. I suppose I could just show you what I'm eating instead of actually eating it with you, but eating it as well shows you that this is what I am eating. Biscuits, chocolate, lollies, you know. Oh, spot on. Okay, weigh-in day. As you all know, Saturday is my weigh-in day at the moment. That will change in 3 weeks. I won't be doing it on a Saturday because I go to see my doctor on the 7th, where I'll be weighed and all this kind of crap every 3 months. So I will weigh myself Thursday morning. And you say you should do it at the same time every week and blah, blah, blah. But because I'm getting weighed anyway that day, I will weigh myself Thursday morning. And when I do my chat video, I might do it, might be Saturday, I might do it on the Friday, which will be my birthday. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happening. Well, I have lost 200 grams in the last week. And you can see parts of the food that I'm eating in each video I'm showing you. This is what I'm eating, and I am still losing weight. This is how I lose weight. As I said before, this is how I lose weight, and for me, this is the way to lose weight. Because I'm eating food that I would normally eat. I'm not buying special diet food that people think you should eat. Oh, my glasses are dirty. You say, oh, you shouldn't eat bread, you shouldn't eat this, and you shouldn't eat that. I have bread every day. I've got banana sandwiches for lunch. I had banana sandwich yesterday. I know Saturdays I usually go for a walk. And I usually go to Aldi and I get my bananas and I nick into the servo and I grab an ice block and a vanilla slice. But today I couldn't go out because I've already been out twice this week, which I realised yesterday could have been avoided. I'll get back to that. As I said, I've lost 200 grams. In total, I have lost 7.7 kilos, which is just under 17 pounds in the old thing. So that's you know, I'm losing. As I said, I'm showing what I'm eating. Nothing special. It's what I normally eat anyway. I still have my lamingtons. I still have my pie, and I think on Wednesday I might have went over, I'm not quite sure, because I really went crazy. I went out, I had to go shopping Wednesday because I had to get some scripts filled. So I went out and I did that, and of course I needed some lamingtons, so I only got some lamingtons, and I got a pie, and there was this cream bun sitting on there. I said, should I? I said, stuff it. So I took that. I said to the girl, I shouldn't eat this, but I said, what the hell? I said, I'm eating this and I'm still losing weight. I think people think I'm crazy. I'm still losing weight because I'm eating still these things, but I'm not depriving myself of anything. I'm not crazy I need to lose weight fast. Losing weight fast is not the way to go. I've put on weight since I'm doing this. Yes, I have. But I've also lost weight. Look at the total I've lost. As I said, 7.7 kilos I have lost, which is almost 17 pounds. And I'm still eating chocolate and lollies and cakes and pies and a cream bun and whatever. And this is how. Because I'm on a calorie control diet. And for me, this is the way I lose weight. Now, why have I already been out twice? Well, as I said, Wednesday I had to go and get some scripts. I went in there, put them in to get my scripts, and I decided to wait there and sit and wait because I'd already been for a walk. Longer walk than I would have, because I usually walk to the market square in town and I sit there and relax, and because it's a good walk here. I like to walk. They like to sit down and just enjoy the peace in the park because there's beautiful trees. It is an absolutely beautiful place. Then I had to go over to, where did I have to go? Had to go to the Chemist Warehouse to get some shampoo because I'm changing my shampoo and they had it on special. So what I bought shampoo and conditioner. What I paid for both of those is normal price for one. So yeah. Then what did I do then? Oh, I went to the pet shop to I had to go get some wooden perches for Archie's cage because when his little cage, when we go on holidays, it's only got a plastic one. I want to get decent perches, so I had to get that, and because they were longer, I had to cut it to actually so it's going to fit, and that's done. Then I went up, I sat down, waited, got me script, went and paid, didn't work. Then when I got home, I realised I scanned my product because I'm actually in a thing where you scan or every shop, whatever you buy every week, you actually scan your shopping, and no matter how much you scan each week, you get 300 points towards things later on. You know, I don't know, you can get gift card. I know what you get. This is earning a bit more money, doing stuff. So that's what I do. And I had my medication and my other painkillers sitting on the table. I thought I better put them away. Then I picked them up and I thought, then it just clicked. I actually had got the wrong medication. The ones I got were not the ones I really needed. And when I noticed when I was scanning them that they had gone up to $7.30. I get half price because I have a pension card. And I thought, I didn't know. It's a weird time for them to go up. So, okay. That means I had to go back to town again to get the ones I needed. I had to get my antidepressants medication, which they start tomorrow because I missed a day. Sometimes I miss a day and I thought, okay, a day later. So I went back yesterday, put them in, then I had to go wanted to get some bananas. So I went to Coles. I didn't like Coles, so I went to Woolies because I wanted to go to Woolies because I wanted to get some more spicy fruit roll biscuits. Woolies are the only place that has it. Then I went to Big W because Big W had my incontinence pad. They had them on special, so I went there. and I could only get 3 because that's all they had. I thought, that's okay. They were $7, so I got those. Then I went and got my scripts. Then when I got to the checkout, I looked at, I said, the line I got the other day was $7.30. She said, well, maybe that's why, because you may have got them within a 3-week time period. I said, what? We said, when it's in the 3-week time period where you get a script, it's an extra $1 on it. I said, then why didn't someone tell me? Because then I would have realised that I had gotten the wrong script. So going in, I had to make another trip into town yesterday just to get these scripts. And if they had told me that when I made some comment that, you know, this script is only within 2 weeks, they should have known that. And I said that, why wasn't I told that when I came and put them in, that it's less than 2 weeks, less than 3 weeks since I got the last one? And then I would have known that I got the wrong ones. And the girl just looked at me. I thought, why didn't they think of this? So I didn't think any. I thought, when I go in again to get my next script, I will actually say something. I don't have to go back there for another 4 weeks. Because my scripts last a month, 28 days. So, yeah. Which really, going in there, I had a, and of course, I had my scripts worked out perfectly, right? They worked out good. I got 2 scripts one fortnight, and the next scripts the next fortnight. So they worked out good, so I wasn't buying it all in one. But because I did that, it really dug into, but that's okay. But it was pissed off, you know. I know when I went back yesterday, I actually could get another pack and condensed pack because they're on special. And I went to Woolies to get my bananas, but Coles, yeah, Woolies. And then I also had to get my biscuits. Oh, did I get the biscuits yesterday? No, I only got the bananas yesterday. I got the biscuits on Wednesday when I went in. And they really, I spent more money yesterday when I took, so, and of course I've only got 2 bras. They hadn't been washed, so they were washed today. So what I'm going out today? What a rigmarole. Looking forward to my holiday, and it's, I was going to show a picture. No. So as I said, what else has happened today? While I was doing my washing and having breakfast, I was watching this thing on YouTube. It was about the woman, she was the oldest grandmother in the UK. She was 56. And she was engaged to a guy who had never had kids. And they decided she wanted to be a mum again. She wanted another baby at 56. So they decided, because of her age, she had to go through IVF, and the first attempt failed. So she said, we'll try again, because they had another couple of frozen embryos. They tried again, and they got pregnant. She fell pregnant, you know. She thought she was losing, but she lost it. In the process of the pregnancy, the relationship broke up. Because she had to take, because of her age, she had to take medication to help with the baby, for the baby and all that. And I don't think the guy was actually expecting what was going through. So they broke up. And which meant that she was going to be a single mum in her late 50s. So, but you know what the crazy part is? Getting towards the end of a pregnancy, they got back together and they got married. It seems like he didn't like what was going on with her hormonally because of the extra medication injection she had to take because of the pregnancy at her age. But in the end, she had a healthy baby, a little baby boy. I think by this time she was 57. They got married before the baby was born. She has already got, she's got two daughters and 4 grandkids. Plus now these grandkids have got an uncle who's younger than him. How does, crazy. And at the end of it, it said they've still got another embryo, frozen embryo. They might try again. She's in her late 50s. I know it's just like anyone who has a baby, no matter what age, that something could happen to the mother and she could die. But even if that's not the case, she lives on and on. She's going to be in her 60s, early 60s by the time the child gets to school. People might think that's the grand. It was a cute little babe, looked like he had red hair. And yeah, it was really good. Archie's out there. He's very quiet this morning. Archie! As it's really windy, so I did my washing. I washed my towels. They're on the line, so they'll get nice and dry. What else was I going to talk about? A holiday. I'm looking forward to my holiday. You know? And what you doing? I'm doing a video. Do you want to come and join me? He's just out there looking outside. We're getting to the end of winter, which is in, I think, yes, a couple of weeks. The couple of weeks will be a couple of weeks from yesterday. In 2 weeks' time, it will be spring. And the days are getting longer. I can tell because the sun is actually set when it goes over. Because in the winter time, I put my towel on the line for it to dry properly over daytime. And 2 o'clock was a break time for me to go and get off the line. Otherwise, if I get it too late, it's in the shade. So now I can leave it till about 2:30 before I need to go and get it off, which is good. It gets more sun and really dry, because inside here, it will not get dry in the winter. I can't do that. But in summer, when I do my washing, don't have to go outside. I can leave it inside. It'll dry. And the worst thing in winter is that when I was in Coles, I'd go over daytime and I'll wash my bra that night and I'll hang it up in the shower so it will dry. But I can't do that here. If I did it here, it wouldn't dry the next couple of days. It'd be still wet. So I've got to wait until I do some washing that I put it down. So I know I've got to get some new bras, and because I'm still losing, which is good. I don't have a time frame on how I want to get to my goal. It's really weird because weight can go on like that. No, you eat and eat and eat and the weight piles on. But it's best to lose it at a good pace. I know I've got my set at losing half a calorie a week. Half a kilo a week. 200 grams. Let me see. No, 200 grams. What's half a kilo? I have a kilo. 500 grams is a pound. Is that half a kilo? I think it is. Confusing when I'm trying to accommodate so that my American viewers who do not have the metric system, I do not why, because I've said this before, they are on the fence in where, are we metric, are we imperial, are we metric, are we imperial? It's just you use both. And we have been metric, I have no idea how long. What do you reckon else? We'll have a look. I've got Garfield here. When did metric system come into Australia? I have no idea, so I'll use good old Google. Come a chameleon. Metric system. When did the METRIC? Oh, perfect. Someone else. Okay, metric system. Okay. Here we are. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. In 1947, Australia signed the Metric Convention, making metric units legal for use in Australia. In 1970, the Metric Conversion Act was passed, allowing for the metric system to be the sole system of measurement. 1974. 1970. I was still at school. I was in second year high school. When do we change to Celsius? Let me see. 1972 is when we changed from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So this has been going on 50 years. Wow. We changed from pound, shilling and pence in 1966 to dollars and cents. So that sometimes it is hard. I know is 2.5 centimeter, 2.54 centimeters to an inch. I should just say 2.5 centimeters to an inch. It's just the easy thing. And so we've been doing it that long, 50 years. Wow. Here's a question. What happens to Australian currency when the Queen dies? Let's find out. Existing coins bearing the Queen's face will remain in circulation. All Australian banknotes issued from 1913 retain their legal tenure status. A spokesperson for the Reserve Bank said, "What happens in Australia now the Queen has died and the King..." Okay. Well, I think they started to change the coins to have Charles on it. I don't get many coins. I do have coins, but when I go shopping, I use my debit card. A debit card is better than a credit card. Debit card, I use my own money. And where, a credit card is when you get credit and they charge interest on it when you use it or whatever else. But I've got a debit card. I don't carry, I have got money with me. I have got cash on me. But I don't use it. If I go to the markets, I'll make sure I've got cash, but then I don't go very often. Hopefully, when I'm up north on my holiday, there should be some markets around. So I will go to the markets up there. How long will money with the Queen last? Wow. Metrification in Australia effectively began in 1966. That's when, on the 14th of February 1966, there's actually a tune for when it happened. There's actually a video. I will see if I can I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. It's a little song to help get into it. Was it? In comes the dollars and in comes the cents to replace the pounds and the shillings and the pence. That's all I know. That's all I know. That's how I remember when it comes, the 14th of February. measurements. So that is when we have been doing metric system for a long time. Metric system includes measurements in weights and also speed limits for cars. Speaking of which, we all know everywhere that it is illegal to drive and use your mobile phone. Talking on it. I also think the hands-free system where you got it stuck on somewhere and you talk and answer it should not happen. If you want to answer a phone, you pull over. When I was driving, when I was cabs, whatever, and my phone rang, I would pull over, then answer it. Like the day when I was coming up here to sign the lease last year. The phone rang and I pulled over on the side of the road to answer. And that is what you should do. When I was in the shopping centre, when was it? I think yesterday? I been to the loo. I was coming out in this guy on his mobility scooter. He was driving mobility scooter. And while he was doing that, he was looking at his tablet like this. You know, and I pulled, mate, watch where you're going. You know, he thought it was funny. I said, mate, it's not funny. He said, well, go jump in the lake. I said, sorry, I can't swim. And that is so wrong. If people can't drive a car and it's illegal to use a mobile phone, if you've got a mobility scooter, you should not be doing that, saying your tablet or your phone anyway, because your concentration. If he had stopped and used it, yes, but he was still going on. I think he might have been going to the loo because that's where he was headed. Plus, he was on the wrong side of the alleyway. He should have been on the other side. I think because I'm a driver, when I go somewhere, I always stick to the right, left-hand side, wherever it is. And some people just don't think about it. It's crazy. Oh. What else? I washed my sheets on Monday. I was going to do it Sunday, but it was a bit wet and overcast. I washed my sheets, changed my bed, put my new mattress protector on, and I took a blanket off. So I took my blanket off. Hang on a minute, I'll drip. The one I got last year, that chocolate was beautiful. Really beautiful. Come on. It gets static electricity in it. This is it. This is the extra blanket I brought last year. It is so warm. When I was in Kos, I only had the one blanket, but coming here a bit colder, I actually had to get another blanket. So I think I got it from Target. I got it online, and I couldn't get a double. They only had single and queen. So I got the queen, which I'm glad they didn't have a double because it's nice. It could be a bit longer. You know, it could be a bit, because I've got a double bed. And it is so soft and so warm and luxurious. Oh, it is beautiful. But I still leave it out because in case I need it, but I haven't needed it yet. Haven't needed it since I took it off. So, oh, this is nice. Oh, it is nice and comfy and soft. And oh, I think it cost me, I don't know, I think because it's big and because it's queen size, it's actually hard to depict which way it goes. It took me a while to figure out which way it goes because one side is longer than the other. And how I finally realised how I tell where to put it, I'll show you when I find it. No, that's not it. Must be the next one. I learned this. This tag goes in the bottom right-hand corner where you're looking at the bed. And that's how I remember which way it goes. It's the same with Archies cover of a nighttime. It's the queen size. And I've got to think about which way does this go. Good morning. And other night, shaking it, which way does it go? But this, oh, this is absolutely beautiful. The queen bed, super soft blanket, wild ginger. It's only a cheap brand, you know, but sometimes the cheap brands are just as good. And it's, oh, I could snuggle up with this. I need a snuggle buddy. The blanket I've got on my bed, the other blanket, I've had it. I think this is the only blanket I have brought. And I think that blanket I have had for many years. I mean, long time. I'm going back maybe 40 years. Sugar. And it's still comfy. It's still got the warmth it needs, that I need. And even though it is a single bed, it's okay for my double bed. It hangs over a bit. I can't tuck it in, but that's okay. When it starts to get really warm, it comes off and I put it away, and then I might wash it. You don't need to wash it all the time, do you? I have no idea. And then it comes to take my quilt off. The continental quilt, I actually put it on the line for a while to give it some good airing before I pack that away for the summer. And I'll just have the quilt cover on top, make it look good. Oh, this is nice. It is beautiful. I think he's talking because I'm talking. Absolutely beautiful. Oh. I'm going to buy myself, I'm really going to go crazy for it. I think I'm going to buy myself a cake. In Woolies, you can buy this little cake. So it's a good thing that I'm weighing myself on the Thursday, because I'm going to splurge the next day. I don't know what I'm going to do. If I go over calories, I don't give a damn, because I'll have a few days before that I can really concentrate. Is it pay week? I can't remember if it's pay week. I can't remember. Oh, no, it's not pay week, no, because the week I see Michelle next is pay week. And when I seen her last week, she said that, I told her that I was going away. She said, how you going? I said, I'm actually hiring a car, and she was surprised. And she said she's going away. She's heading over to Perth for a couple of weeks. And she said if she wasn't going away, because she's going away at the same time I am, she said if she wasn't going away, she could have looked after Archie for me. But I've got a lady looking after Archie. So I hope it still goes ahead, you know, because it's a long way ahead. It's a few weeks, you know, it's a few weeks before I go away. I'm looking forward to it. I'm thinking of things I need to take, and do I get it ready now, and do I do this, and now it's like that. You're going away and you want to get packed today. Yeah, I've got to get some more tops because I've got tops, but they've got sleeves in them. I don't like sleeve. They're what I used to wear when I was volunteering at Coffs Harbour. So I've got to look at, maybe when I go up, I don't know if I'm going to the shops next week, because Coles have got a thing, I can earn more points where I can go towards shopping. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going next week. I might still go and have a look. I should have looked yesterday when I was there. I thought about it. I thought, no, I just want to get there and get home, but and it's crazy, you know. Sometimes the time goes really fast, and sometimes it's slow. I'm getting used to grafting. If I didn't move to Grafton, I wouldn't have had that fall. My mental health wouldn't be bad as it was. But then if I had stayed in Coffs Harbour, my rent would have probably skyrocketed. Although the owner, I was told the owner did not raise my rent because I didn't ask for anything, you know. Like the stove. I was told that the stove that was in there was the original stove and I didn't use it. But when the landlord who was moving in, I said, you're going to need a new stove. He said, really? I said, yes. I haven't used it. So, you know, and he thanked me for not actually requesting a stove. I could have asked the first one if I wanted to use it. Actually, I did want try and use it, but it wouldn't work. So I thought, no, I don't want it. I haven't used a stove. I don't know. I can't remember when I used a stove. Not since I've been down here. Oh, yes, I have. When I lived in Caravan Park, in the cabin, I made an apple pie and I made the pastry from scratch. It was perfect. I haven't made it since. And I was thinking, maybe just because I would love to make a jam tart. Mum used to make these jam tarts. Oh, they weren't fancy, but they were so beautiful. She made the pastry and she had enamel plates. And she would put the pastry in these enamel plates and spread that with jam. Then she'd have extra pastry left over and she'd twist the pastry and put it across and put it in the oven, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I bought some little enamel plates to give it a go, but I haven't done anything. But them plates come in really handy one day because I hadn't fished one night, and when I went, I only put the fish in there, I think 10 minutes each side, and when I went to get it, it was cool. I thought, what's going on here? Then I looked at the temperature, and it was way down. I must have put it down for a reason, and it wasn't cooking. So I actually cut the fish up and put it on one of these enamel plates and put it back in to heat it up. And taking that out, I realised that enamel plate wasn't non-stick. So yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm sleeping really good. Most of I sleep good. I was awake this morning before the alarm went off, and I had the alarm set for 9 o'clock each morning. That is a set time. And I get up and do what I want to do and whatever. Oh, she is just beautiful. What a close look. Look at her. Isn't she adorable? I might take her with me next when I go and see Michelle. Take one of my little ones. I know I always take Garfield when I go shopping. And yesterday when I was in Woolies getting some bananas, I had Archie Garfield, and this little kid was looking at him, and I turned around to show the little kid, front end of Garfield, and they thought it was cute. There. Garfield. But when it comes to when it's too hot, it doesn't get really hot here, I notice, until after Christmas. That is when it's going to be really iffy about how I'm shopping, because I think it was January, February, that it was really hot. It really affected me. I was really tired. I was taking naps over daytime, and I was really lethargic, and I had no idea what was going on. And it was because of the heat. I do have an aircon in my lounge room, but it's no sense using because I can't close the lounge room off. So I just have a pedestal fan, and I have it isolating, and that is all I need to help cool down there. And hopefully by then I will actually have the baby's room cleaned up so I can do my videos in there, because this in here is going to be hot. Not as hot as the lounge room, the kitchen. The kitchen gets the brunt of the summer heat, summer sun, so that is really hot. I got some block out curtains there so that it still feels the heat, but not as bad if I didn't have them there. So what else is happening? Nothing much. Actually yesterday it was Wednesday, I went to Woolies. Big W. Big W is I haven't done a video of Big W. I know I did one of Target in Coffs Harbour. I don't think I did one of Big W. Big W is like a big department store with your clothes and your glue paper and cleaning and kids' toys and everything. But no groceries. It has lollies and chocolates and things like that, but no groceries. And it's, Wednesday I went in, I was looking for these incontinence pads that I use. I looked where I thought they were, I couldn't find them. So I thought, okay, I will go for a walk. I just casually walked around, just looking at everything. I remember the first time I went into Big W here, and I was looking for something, and I could feel my anxiety there. But now I just wanted to walk around. But just when I checked Woolies app to see if they had any more, and it said there was more there. So okay, so I went in, and there was only one left. So all in all, I got 4 packets. Coles and Woolies have them for $10. I got it for $7. The Chemist Warehouse has theirs for $12.95. So I saved $3 there and $3, so I saved a bit. That will last me, I got 4 in this 20, so that's 80. And 3 months, plus I got some. Once I get halfway through one packet, that's when I look around to find out where's the cheapest. And Chemist Warehouse was the dearest, paying $70. I think Woolies is the one that has them on special for $7, so that's where I got them last time. So I think I got 6 packets last time. Yes, but I brought it online, and I had to spend $100 to get free delivery. I thought of it this time. I thought no, because I've got enough on Afterpay, so I didn't need it. So I just got it. I could have brought it and have it collect, but it didn't work out. Did a little Alice. This is adorable. You got a nappy on. Yeah, she's got a nappy on. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What do you reckon? Walkie, 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 walkie. These are a good size, you know. Was it her? I know there was one when I used to go on the plane. Yeah, I think it was this one. You know, in the plane they got like a slip thing on the back of the seat where you put books and stuff like that. Well, I actually would sit her in there. I've actually got her in I did enjoy. I'm glad I did the traveling, and I did enjoy it. There were times when I thought, should I have spent all that money on the travel? That way I'd have more money now. I thought, no, I enjoyed it. I travelled when I was able. I could still travel, you know, but like I'm going away in a couple of months. But, yeah. I almost was thinking about not going up north. I was thinking whether I could go somewhere else, but I decided I wanted to go back to Kingy Beach, and because I love Kingy Beach, because I don't know when I'll get back up there again, because it's been 2.5 years since I've been up there, so it's time to go again. Car rentals ain't until 69, so I've got 3 years for that. So we'll just see what happens. What else is happening? Nothing much is happening. Deciding. When I moved here and packing, I didn't realise how much BO I have. BO is what I call deodorant. No, you spray on your arms. I don't know what it's supposed to do. And I used to buy it when it was on special at Coles or Woolies. And I think what I've got there might not be any good. Because, as I said, I only leave the house maybe twice a week. And that's the only time I put on deodorant. It's the same with perfume. Ouch. It's just, I don't use it, you know. If I'm just around the house, I don't use it. But I think it might be off. What are we going to do? Was it Monday? Yeah, I did some more. Well, I did the washing on Monday. I washed some more of my baby clothes that I got. I knew there was some missing, and I got my small suitcase, what I used to use for onboard luggage, and that had some in there. So I pulled that out, and I got another one, and it's probably more than I should bring it out, because I know I'll be taking those when I go away. You know, think I'm going on this holiday. I'm excited about it. And I know I had a bad Saturday night. I was in bed and I decided I still had some of those lolly bananas left. But I ate them. Then I had a rush to the loo. So had a bit of the runs that night before, so I say that's it, no more nanas. Or maybe I should just up my digestive enzyme things I take. What am I doing today? Nothing. I've done the washing, doing this, and I'll put it together. Then I will gotta wash up. The other night, I can't remember what Archie said. I was pulling him out the lawn, from the lounge room, putting him out just outside the front here. And he said, night-nights. And he said, night-nights, maybe because I turned the light off. When he's not in the lounge room, I actually had the light turned off, trying to save a bit of power. And then he said something else. He said, night-night. I said, not night-nights. And I can't remember what he said. It's amazing how sometimes he'll say something. Like if I'm cleaning out his cage, sometimes there are times he's actually said, thank you, Mummy. I know when I was washing up, he said, what did he say? It's just amazing. He says things at the right moment. I know I put up on Facebook group about what he said. He said, this person said, did you teach the budgies say that? I said, I did teach him to say that, but for him to say it at the right moment is something. Other budgies do it too. You know, you say thank you and all this, and they'll say it at a given moment where it actually is right. He stopped saying Happy Easter. Because I got him in June, so it was after Easter. I think I was getting him the Happy Easter last year. Oh, my head's itchy. So what else can I talk about? What's happening out there? What are you doing in this beautiful world where you are living? What do you reckon, Alice? What are they doing? You're asleep. This one is a sleeping baby. She's beautiful. Nice little. She got cute hands and cute feet. Little cute feet. And said she's a little 10-inch. I don't know if this kit is out of stock. I don't know. I've had it for a few years. But I've been into Reborn, it's 5 years, coming up, yeah, a bit over 5 years really. Because it's 5 years since I went to Melbourne, and I've been Melbourne, Adelaide, I didn't get to Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide and Tassie. I didn't like Hobart. I didn't stay in Hobart, but I drove through Hobart. That's in Tasmania. And it's a hilly, and I thought, no, don't like that. I think I got lost in there because I was heading back. I went down to Port Arthur down below, at the bottom of Tassie almost, and I went down one way and I come back the other way through Hobart. But it was nice leading into Hobart because there's like a harbour or something, and that was really nice. Would I go to Hobart again? Where would I go again? I don't know. Where would we go again? Melbourne was okay. Tassie and South Australia. The best part in South Australia is when I went down to Jervis Bay. That was amazing. It was emotional. And just that I was at the bottom of Australia and there was no land. Oh, there was an island somewhere, Kangaroo Island, but further there was no land. That was it. No more land of Australia. It was amazing. It was just emotional. I can remember in the video that I drove around, had a look, and I drove up to this high point there, and it was emotional being where I was. I followed the road, went for a drive, and I went to, I think it was Victor Harbour. Then I thought I had plenty to what I'm going to do. So then I just followed the road. I didn't know where this road led to. And it was amazing. You know, I think the ferry was loading, ready to go to it was too late to actually probably go over to Kangaroo Island because I'm not quite sure how go over. But I think on a big, unless I had someone to go with, someone special to go, I wouldn't go on a big trip like that again because I think I could have done more if I had someone. But I don't mind nicking up bikini for a few days. And yeah, I've been up, it's amazing. I've been up there a few times now in the last 5 years. And I haven't run into certain people. Sugar. Which is good. I did see one person because I was going to get something and I didn't realise she was working that day. I thought she had a day off or whatever. But she was there, so I couldn't get what I wanted. There's no way I was going up to see her. Oh, that's what I want to think about. When I went to see my counsellor the other week, I told her what one person was doing. Like, she'd subscribed to my channel, because you all get notification where someone subscribes to our channel. Then be a while, then I noticed I'm down one. I thought, okay, that's all right. Then, next thing you know, I've got notification that I've got another person, and it's the same person who subscribed before. I thought she'd already subscribed. So this person was going through, she would subscribe, then unsubscribe. Then she'd do it again. I don't know how many times she did it. And when I told Michelle the other day about this, what she was doing, she said it's probably because her mental health was playing up. It was just going up and down, which I can understand that, because there are times when I would do that, where I would do, how do I say this? Like I would join a group and something would happen, so I would leave. But I would never go back. But this person, she kept resubscribing, and she is still subscribed. Excuse me, got rid of it. And so she got notification on my videos. So I hope she's out there being, let her know that she does need help. I have known this for a long time, that she has had mental health issues a long time. But she may think she knows, but does not really want to. But then she might not think she does, because the way she is the way she has always been, and she's just gotten worse as she's get older. Like, what person, if they saw someone, a woman wearing a scarf, would go up to them and ask them, did they have cancer? What kind of person does that? No person. I would not do that, and I know I have mental health issues. But this person did that. And it was crazy. Or, she would chase a friend of a girl I know, another friend of another sister, and she would chase after this and complain about another sister. And this girl would just keep going, and this person would just run after, you know. Then the sister of the other girl she was chasing was in there one day, and she was doing the same to her. So this girl turned around and told her to F up, told her to get away, you know. I would have reported her, because it was in the store where she worked, and if someone was chasing you around the store like this, complain to the store. You know, it's harassment, whatever, but what person does that? Just a crazy person. And I can say that because she is crazy. She might not admit it, but she must know she's crazy. She must. Oh, I don't know. What person would go walking when it's pissing down rain? What person? No one. I used to walk, you know, many moons ago, because I put on weight. My blood pressure was high, and the doctor suggested I walk, so I would walk. But I wouldn't walk in the rain unless it was something I had to do, like if I was going to TAFE, or if I was going to work, or if I was doing whatever. But I wouldn't go just because of work. I don't know, but we all know she's crazy. She knows she's crazy, but I'm not the only one who thinks she's crazy. I can say that I'm not crazy. Where's that thing I had up one day? But I'm living my life. I wish it was better, but I'm living my life the best that I can. I do get lonely. The only person I really speak to, really for a length of time, is my counsellor. When I go and see her, And I realised yesterday it's why I like catching taxis, because I will actually talk to the driver. And I had a driver, I got home on Wednesday, we were talking, and I told him how losing weight. I said I lost about 20 kilos at the end of 2012, and then I got into a relationship that should never have happened, and everything went out. And I told him I found out 18 months older what a liar and a cheater she was, and I told him that I felt like every time that I didn't feel this at the time, but I do feel it now, that every time we were together, she was lying to me because she wasn't actually telling me the truth about herself. I don't know what truth. And he said he understands because he went through the same thing with his ex. He got married and kids, and he found out afterwards that the same lies and the cheats and everything. It feels like you wasted time and energy on these people who did not really appreciate you for the person that you are. And that time and energy you missed, it could have been spent someone else, find someone else who did appreciate you. And it still hurts that the way I was treated. And it actually, enough, I've told you, I don't let you know, but that person, my ex, brought out my abandonment issues. She didn't cause them, she brought them to the surface. And that is why I'm alone. It's scared for me to make friends in case they leave, which they have in the past for whatever reason. I thought that I was giving up vibes, and whatever the vibes were, they were getting them and they would just leave. And I told my counsellor this, and she said, it wasn't me. I know there's nothing that I did. They just vanished, disappeared, never heard from again. And it's just like crazy. And that's why it's scared to, they said, make friends, because you're there, they're going to leave. That's what I'll talk to about. I think I told you a few weeks back, I actually put up on Facebook, was there any Reborn groups in Grafton? People said, no, there's not one. Girl said, oh, I love the Reborn group. She even will message you that. And I decided I'll create a group on Facebook for Grafton people who want to join this group, where we can organise meetups and that. So I created the group. I shared photos of a couple of my babies. I shared the link to my video, my channel. One person actually shared a photo of their reborns. I commented on that video, on that photo. They were beautiful babies, gorgeous, but they're all beautiful. No matter what is, if you've got a baby, a reborn, that's not 100% perfect. It does not matter. No baby is perfect. You love it. For my first boy I got, I don't know, there was something about, he's not perfect, but I still love this. I don't know what it is about him that made me want to buy him. But saying that, when I commented on this photo, her photo, she didn't come back and respond to my reply, to my comment. And no one was actually wanting to do anything. No one was actually active in the group, even though there was maybe about six of us. No one else shared photo. No one, it's like no one was really into doing it. And especially one person, one girl, she really wanted to have a Reborn group here in Grafton. She did not post. Nothing, you know. Maybe she was scared because of reactions that come out when I actually put the post on, or there any Reborn groups in Grafton. Maybe that is what scared her. But I still take my babies out. I take Garfield out. when I go to Aldi of a Saturday, which I didn't go today, I usually take one with me and I have a pram. I take them out because I want to. Garfield is my one I take now because he's a lot easier when I go out. Of course, taking the pram, because I don't know if I'm going to catch the bus or the taxi home. I don't want to have to, I don't know. I just like to take Garfield. He's a lot easier, and I can. If I take the pram, I've got to limit the amount of things I buy. If I want to get a lot, it's really hard when you've got a pram. So Garfield's good because I can carry him, and if I can put him into with my groceries. I usually get a trolley, and I put it in there like yesterday. Like on Wednesday, because I had the shopping bags and I had my water. I always take water with me when I go out, and I wanted a trolley to push around. So I got my script, went into Woolies, and what did I get from Woolies? Oh, Woolies, I got my bread and my packet of biscuits, and I took the trolley because I wanted to get some things from Big W. And if I had the pram, I wouldn't be able to do that because I only like to go in the town once a week because I don't know if I'm catching the bus back, but Garfield, he's my go-to. Take him. People think he's cute. As I said, I'm going to take Alice next time I see Michelle, and she's seen Garfield. She has seen Bede, so now I'll take Alice. She thinks they're amazing. But about this group, I actually deleted that group on Facebook because no one wanted to actually interact, and I know it's not me, it is, but it is when I had to work out how to create it. I created the banner, and that I was in there. I asked anyone wants to meet up. People said, but no one. What is wrong with people? They want something, yet they're not going to step forward and actually create that and join in with it. It is crazy, you know. Maybe they also have mental health issues. I don't know. Maybe I should have put that up first before I deleted the group. I don't know. It's gone. But now I'm worrying about me. I think having it there and no one posting and no one doing stuff, whatever. As I said, only one other person posted a photo of the babies, and she didn't even reply to the comment I made about them. She just ignored it. And, you know, it's just crazy. People want things and do not want to work towards getting it. Like, with my mental, when it hit me last year, what was going on? I wanted to get back. I didn't know what was going on. I went and worked to get help. I went to my doctor, and he gave me a referral to one person, but that person was not taking new patients. So then I get another referral, which was Michelle, which is good, which is lucky because said she's all booked up and just taking her is ridiculous. And it is hard. I am working towards a better me, and I don't know because when my mental health was bad and everything, I wasn't doing any videos. I know I'm only doing this once a week, but for me, for now, it's enough. I have done other videos, but because we're getting warmer, why change babies? They're already in the summer gear, so why change them back? So, yeah, you always want to get better in life, especially within yourself, and I feel that I have. And also, as I said, I'm on this weight loss journey, and I don't care how long it takes me. If I can get down to, what? I am now 127.8 kilos. That's how much I weigh now. Getting to 120 is another 7 kilos. That would be 24 pounds. So we'll see. I don't have a goal. Oh, I want to get down to 100 kilos. That's what I want to get. I don't know if I want to get to 100 kilos. I will know where I want to get when I get there. Some people say, if I will find out what it is, how much for my age and that, how much I should weigh. I will look that up, what's that on the blanket? And I'll talk about that next week, because I think they reckon, I'm pretty sure they'll reckon me down to the 70 kilo. I will never get to 70 kilo. I don't know when I was 70 kilo. If I can get to 100, if I can get to 110, you know, that's another 17 kilos. 17 kilos. Yeah, another 17 kilos away. And that would be 24 kilos. So we'll just see what happens. I will work out and I'll write down that I'll let you know what they want, what size, because my age and height, what weight I should be. It's not weight you should be, it's the weight you are comfortable with. And that is what it's get to, what you are comfortable with. I know my belly, I've lost belly from and up the top, and it is, I don't know about my face. Can anybody notice? But I'm feeling good. Even though I was over last night, I think I might have been over on Wednesday, I don't know. It doesn't bring me down. It doesn't hit me. But even that, I did that, I still lose weight. So I'm thinking I'm going to use the calorie allowance I have per day as just as a guideline to what I could do. Like I have, my allowance of calories per day is 1,860 calories. That's it. That's what I have. Eat that, under that, lose weight. But as I said, I have been over that and I've still lost weight. Maybe because some days I've been under my calorie range. I don't know. But I am going to just use my calorie allowance as a guideline to what, if I go over, what the hell? If I go under, great. But you know what? It's just what works for each. As I said, everybody finds what they want to lose weight. Surgery, no, I'm not going to surgery unless it really necessary. I couldn't go through that surgery. Oh, because Yank and they eat so much food, and I thought, I don't eat big meals. It's just eating the wrong kind thoughts. So, what time are we? Oh, it's 12 o'clock. Well, lunch today is banana sandwich. I'm enjoying these banana sandwiches every week. It's like something different. Oh, sugar. What are you laughing at, Sally? I just realised something. Yes, I've got a banana for lunch. And I went into the freezer and pulled out some meat for lunch. Oh, I love my banana sandwich. Maybe. I'll see how, I've got to have banana sandwich. It's set in there. It's in there. Have my banana sandwich. And I will have the Devon. Or maybe I will have the Devon today for lunch and leave the banana for tomorrow. Because today is Saturday. Because usually I have Saturday, Sunday bananas. And I love my banana sandwiches now. As I said, I've been doing this for the last few weeks. It's been a month, I think it is, because it was the last market day is when I went to Aldi to get my bananas. And it's market day again today, which is the 3rd Saturday of the month. So I've been about a month I've been doing this, and having my banana sandwich each week, it's been amazing. I'm going to miss it when it gets hot, because just going to miss going out, because I won't be going out when it's hot. Got to be too hot. When it comes to buying groceries online, I don't like buying my fruit that way, because I like to pick my own fruit, and as I said, the only fruit I eat is banana. I buy tinned fruit, which I have one of those a day. I mean, I've got to get more, got to add more to my list. I might take something else, and I only want to spend $50. So yeah. So I think I might go and get this going, because, oh, sugar. It's a long video. In here, I think we didn't enough to talk about. So what do you reckon, kids? It's time to go and say goodbye to everybody. I hope you listen to my video, and as the next week I'll work out how much they want me, what I should weigh, which is not ridiculous. I'm pretty sure it is. So we will see you in our next video, and everybody have a beautiful day wherever you are in this beautiful world. Keep warm, keep hot, cool, and enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy whatever you do with your life, enjoy it. And with that, we'll say bye-bye. Say bye-bye to Alice. She's sleeping. And bye-bye to Archie. Sorry, Archie. Garfield. Bye-bye. So we will see you again. And what food would I have next week? Interesting. See you next week. Bye.